Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CWR Clash of Randall's podcast with your host, the JKD, with the co-host.
Hey, the DOC, Dr. Love, that dream machine himself, giving up news reviews and the good, the bad, and the what? The what?
Yep. So we just want to go ahead and get started on AEW NXT, but before we get started, we wanted to say actually I do want to say that for AEW this week we're gonna do a quick review because actually me and my co-host had some strong words about this week's AEW. While we'll be giving our good, bad, and WTF on NXT. So should we get started on AEW?
Yeah, let's get started on AEW.
My co-host has some really strong words about AEW. So let's go ahead and get started on AEW with the opening matchup, which is obviously a tag team match player. I'm seriously thinking Teddy Long works for AEW. I seriously believe that for some reason.
Oh
However,
man,
Io Uno and Stu Grayson of the Dark Order taking on Hit and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks, man. Oh, the match not so great at all, really.
it's not. No kind of ring psychology. Um, you just have a bunch of guys just turning flips. If Uno could do flips, he would do it too.
But
I mean,
it was okay sometimes, somewhat of it, you know.
I just didn't like him. And then that one, the one is that Matt Book, the one who has the darker hair.
Yeah, but yeah, I
He,
think.
he doesn't sell anything for too long. And like I was surprised by him in New Japan and Ring of Honor when he was selling that back injury for a long time, but he has since he got to AEW, he hasn't sold a thing. It's like you can drop a cinder block on his head. He's not selling it.
Why would you sell? Okay. Well, I mean, either way, okay, since we're not doing the good about the WTL, what would you grade it then?
I grade this match a C minus.
I guess I'll B minus. However, if it was on the good, the bad, the WTL scale, what would you put it that at?
Bad.
Of course you would. But however, let's continue with the Young Bucks, and we saw that there was an appreciation, tag team appreciation with all the tag teams of AEW saying what were their favorite tag teams. I mean, remember Private Party said the Hardy Boys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, then Kenny claimed that he said the Young Bucks was the best tag team. As Adam Page thinks that him and Kenny Omega were good tag team. So I mean, hey. However, we did see it was Rock and Roll Express. Well, it was like R. Anderson
Tully Blanchard, baby.
Tony. Okay, yeah, and FTR along with the Young Bucks, and obviously, man, that was pretty good by FTR for one thing. So obviously, Tony Blanchard, obviously was going off on all the tag teams actually, which had them leave out, it was a pretty good promo too for as
Hey,
old as he is.
but tell you what, Tully Blanchard was telling the truth though.
Man, for old man, he still got the promo. He still got the skills, man. To
Oh
talk,
man, Tully Blanchard, you should have seen him years ago. He always been like a heat magnet, man.
Yeah, I see.
He'll make you want to jump in the TV and strangle him, man.
Either way, yeah. Even though afterwards, obviously, Young Bucks and Arneson took him outside the ring, take him to the back and stuff like that. While I cannot believe that actually fell for it, but while pretty much the Rock and Roll Express was hanging in the ring with FTR behind them, all of a sudden, what Dash Wilder take? Well, no, not Dash. My bad. Cash Wheeler, I meant to say.
Right.
Cash Wheeler took the knee brace from Dax Hardwood, and then attacked both members.
That's hardwood.
And then hit him with the driver, man. Hit him with the
Spike Power, yeah,
pretty much Spike Power driver. I liked it though. So I give that one an A. I think that was good, and I leave that to an A plus.
Yeah, I think it was A plus
really
segment. Great
However,
segment.
let's talk about another promo as we see MJF address on John Moxley. Not much of a great leader in AEW,
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you hear Moxley's music out, and all of a sudden, MJF sending his guys and stuff like that, to the crowd and stuff to get him because that's where he comes from. All of a sudden, he comes from the stage.
Where he's known for to come.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was a pretty obvious spot, but it was still a pretty good promo about MJF though.
Yeah.
MJF, let's be honest, he's the future. He's the man of AEW. So
the only thing I say about MJF, if he wasn't so short, he's just really, really short. I'm just saying, man.
Okay.
But I give the segment Almost A plus. I give it an A. It was great, segment. You see where he's a smart butt. He always has something for Snickety to say.
Man, we got lay on the ground or something.
Right. He just
I give it an A minus either way. He don't with the Paragon shit. So, really good. However, let's lead up to our next matchup. Cody defended the revamped TNT Championship against none other than SCU member Scorpio Sky.
Hey, nice title belt. Look way, 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 way better than
Hey,
that
you
first.
thought they weren't gonna change the title at all?
Hey, it took them long enough.
I mean, hey, it takes a while to like just figure out.
No, it does not.
It kind of does. I mean, whatever, man. Well, either way, Cody Sky, it was a pretty solid matchup. A little bit, pretty solid matchup to me. I would just say I'll give this one. I like the fact that like the end of the match was like Sky's about to put him in this finishing move. All of a sudden he reversed it to the crossroads. I liked it.
Right. I like the match to a certain extent.
I give it a B plus, honestly.
They were good. I mean, Cody and Scorpio Sky are good wrestlers, but they didn't go to the level they usually would go. And I can't believe I'm saying this about Scorpio Sky or Cody Rhodes, but I don't give the match but a C plus off of their ability.
B plus.
They could have done way better, and I've seen them do way better than that.
Okay, well, even though Cody did get the win, however, afterwards we did see the leader of the Dark Order, your favorite, Mr. Brody Lee, giving a pretty good promo, actually saying how much he's gonna take the TNT Championship away from Cody, which he say after he wins the title, he'll be giving the old version of the TNT Championship back to Cody.
JK, I gotta ask JKD. I gotta ask you a question. Yeah. Why? When you said his name, I started yawning. I literally started yawning for real.
There's nothing wrong with Brody Lee.
For real. Don't say it again, man. I might fall asleep.
I'm moving on. Next up, we got Jurassic Express taking out Adam Page and Kenny Omega for the AEW Tag Team Champion.
Do we have to do this?
I mean, it was a solid tag. I mean, I'm just gonna give it a B. I'm just gonna give it a C.
Yeah, I'll give it a regular C. I want to say no. I'm giving this a C. A D. I'm tired of these matches. I'm getting tired of these matches where Marco Stunt, boy, I almost cursed. Marco Stunt jumping all over the place. I get tired of seeing him. It's just get him off my screen and stop all that goddamn flipping. Every time you turn around, somebody flipping and flopping and then what you call don't know how to do karate right.
Okay. We're gonna move on.
Okay. Take some lessons from Damian Priest if you're gonna be a tall person doing karate, man. Okay.
We're moving on to the AEW Women's Champion, Hikaru Shida, taking on Heather Monroe. This must be an AEW Dark Woman, to be honest. Heather Monroe.
L.
I mean, I give it a C minus.
I ain't got nothing to say. L.
It's just okay. They're just trying to build a Hikaru Shida a little bit more. Just saying.
Why would you build more anyway? Give her more competition. These girls, she's been wrestling like the last couple of weeks.
I thought you just said it. I thought you said this.
I said I had nothing to say about the match. I ain't saying I had nothing to say about Hikaru Shida.
However, let's talk about before we get to the main event. Let's talk about the fact, man. We were gonna do WT. We gotta talk about the WTL, even though like we weren't gonna do it, but we gotta talk about man, former WWE referee Mike Chioda, man.
Yeah, Mike Chioda's back in wrestling.
I didn't even know he can't. I didn't notice until Justin Roberts said his name in the TNT match. I'm like, what?
He came back tan, didn't he? We've been hanging out on the beach.
I did not know, but man, that man looked clean. He still look good, man. As old as he is, man. What, 33-year-old referee? What?
Oh man, 33 years of experience.
Well, 33 experience, man. You know what I'm trying to say. Whatever. Either way, let's talk about your favorite superstar.
Who? Santana Ortiz.
No,
putting bleach on them folks' clothes.
No, your favorite superstar, Orange Cassidy.
Pockets.
Taking on Le Champion, Chris Jericho, the man that most people claim that he gave Corona from his concert and stuff.
Hey, Jericho, man, I'm gonna start losing respect for you, man.
First of all, Jericho, there's nothing wrong with Jericho, honestly, man.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with him, man, but he do too much foolishness now.
Well, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna give the match a B plus, man. I'm happy for Orange Cassidy to save him $7,000 from a jacket. A $7,000 jacket. Congratulations to Orange Cassidy on this one.
It was an okay match though,
But
for
it was a
real.
pretty solid match.
It was a solid match.
Yeah.
It was solid. I think though, in this match, I don't think Orange Cassidy is marketable for the long run. If you want to push a young star and you want somebody young to be pushed to the top and be marketable, see, you need to be pushing Darby Allin. That's somebody who's a young star who need to rub
Really.
from a legend like Chris Jericho or Jungle Boy Jacket Perry. He needs to be pushed like that as a top star. Like Orange Cassidy only gonna go so far.
Okay.
You can even see Darby Allin. You know, you can even see him. All right, think about it. Do he pass the name test? AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Jungle Boy Jack Perry. You can see that. AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Darby Allin.
I get the point. I get the point.
AEW Heavyweight Champion, Orange Cassidy. What the devil?
I can see it. Either way, look, I get it.
What you gonna do? Paint the belt orange?
Ultimate Warrior did it.
Move on. Move on.
But this concludes the AEW review. As I get this whole, based on my grades, I'll say this is pretty much a B minus to a C plus. That's why I give it to for this whole show actually. So, as my co-host will talk about what his grade is.
C minus.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the good, the bad, and the WTF of NXT August 12th edition. Now we gotta start. We gotta start with the goods. We gotta talk about the good part.
All right, we doing good and bad, and what with NXT.
I literally just said that, but thank you though for repeating what we're doing. However, let's talk about the good though.
What? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
All right, so let's talk about the good. Seriously, this time. We gotta talk about the opening, man. We gotta talk about Karrion Kross and Danny Burch, man. Let's talk about the fact that, man, Danny Burch came over there, man. He was ready, man. He was ready to whoop some tail, man. He came in, man. He's like, ring the bell. He said, ring the bell, man. Here's some, man. But however, though, middle of the match, all of a sudden got picked up, man. Got beat down and everything by
Man,
Karrion Kross.
I ain't gonna lie. That's Saito back Saito suplex.
That should be his finisher for one thing. If he trying to pick up a if he trying to do a pinfall finisher, that should be his finisher right there, man. That dude almost hit that, killed that man on his neck, though. However, man, the story was after the match, though. Man, Keith Lee came in real strong, man. He was ready, man. He was wanting to fight Karrion Kross right now. All of a sudden, came up with a contract, signed it. It was already signed up. Now all Karrion Kross to do was sign it. He signed it. Scarlett Boudreaux gave it to Keith Lee. Lee picked the contract up and all of a sudden opened it. And then got hit in the you can tell by the pictures and stuff that you can tell like his eye got swollen from the fireball and stuff that come from the contract, man. It was crazy how it happened, man. But man, that's what happened when you mess with Karrion Kross. That's what happened when you try to call him out and everything, man.
I know, but like I said, another good, like you said, was that goddamn that dog. Why can't they put Danny Burch and Only Lorcan in a consistent tag team run instead of having them tag team for a second, they split them up. They tag team again for a second, they split them up.
I mean, I can't say nothing about them, but let's talk about another good though. Let's talk about the push with the NXT Cruiserweight Champion Santos Escobar.
Oh yes,
this man getting a huge push man, ever since the Cruiserweight tournament, man. I mean, he got a win over Tyler Breeze, and now they actually building up Isaiah Swerve Scott too, will lead up to next week's match, being Brazongo and Swerve taking on Legado del Fantasma. I'm looking forward to that matchup.
I'm looking very forward to it. Hey, who you think the whipping boy in the group? I think yeah, I was gonna say Joaquin.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong, all of them really good wrestlers.
Yeah, they are.
But it's like you just gotta see what exactly gonna do with them for the future. I mean, that's just like the Wyatt family. Like when Wyatt family first came on the main roster, like a lot of people said, and also we're gonna talk about Rowan afterwards too. But like, of course, the leaders, we saw Bray Wyatt and we saw and people saw Harper standing out too. But people just saw Rowan, it'd be like, man, this man's so bland and so green and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
And then even when he was a good guy, he was still bland because they didn't know have a storyline with the man. And his storyline with the Big Show wasn't that great. It's like Rowan didn't do nothing great until like he started teaming with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that's when he was better.
No offense to him. However, back on the NXT, let's talk about let's talk about another good thing as we like to talk about the triple threat matchup. Now, there are two sides that we're gonna talk about in the triple threat matchup. One side will come in later, but we're gonna talk about the fact that your boy, my boy, Cameron Grimes, got the win, and he's going straight to the moon, bro. Going for the North American title.
Hey, you ain't lying. I'm feeling Cameron Grimes.
I'm telling
I'm
you,
feeling him, man.
that's
Feeling him, man.
still kind of wrong, but either way, man. I'm actually pulling for Cameron Grimes to win the whole thing. Actually, I'm pulling for him to win the whole North American title, though.
I actually wouldn't mind seeing a win,
Like,
but my guess right now is still Damian Priest.
nah, not yet. I just feel like not. I just feel like for Damian Priest, it's not yet. First of all, one thing, man, it's just I don't feel it yet for Damian Priest. No offense, man. I just feel like Cameron Grimes, man. He's ready, man. He's been ready ever since like the year started, man. His character, man, his promos, man, his skills, assets, man. I liked it, man. Like he was pretty good. He's championship worthy already.
Right.
So I'm looking.
Right.
So I'm looking to see what Cameron Grimes gonna do. However, let's talk about another good for the women's division though. Robert Stone Brands, Mercedes Martinez.
Oh yeah.
Now, Leah, taking on your tag team that you've been pulling for weeks, actually.
Yeah.
Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter.
Yeah, I love those two together.
And actually, man, they actually had some good teamwork that match, though.
Man, Kayla Carter, man, with her good looking self.
He said her name wrong. Kaylin? It's Kaden.
Know what I said?
Whatever, man. Either way, they show how much they had great teamistry. And yes, that is a made up word. Good teamistry.
Teamistry, they do.
They had good teamistry. However, Mercedes Martinez and Aaliyah, though, I'll be honest, man, I'm not sure what they're trying to pull for in this. I mean, don't get me wrong. They gotta have a serious person, but however, Aaliyah, like you gotta do more work in the team, though.
Well, actually, Aaliyah is pretty much like the comedy sidekick who wants to do good.
But
she's a sidekick that wants to do well and wants to prove to Mercedes she can do well, but she really ain't worth a dime. But she tries.
So she's the comedy duo who kisses the winner, like kisses Mercedes Martinez when she win a match.
Right.
Wow.
It's like the comedy thing. So her and Stone, they're more like the comedy act, but Mercedes Martinez is the one who makes them legit. She makes them serious as a act.
Can I just say, Malcolm Bivens, please come to NXT to manage women, please, because I got Malcolm Bivens. He pretty much.
Why? Oh yeah, I know why he's still gone.
But either way, let's just move on though. Let's just go ahead and move on.
What about the thick boy?
Man, you know, actually, at first I claimed it was a WTF at first, man. Cause it was just crazy the fact, man, Bronson Reed, like, man, this man be on the roll now. And that tells you he's not going to win North American champion. I will be surprised.
Yeah, they got him on too big of a roll.
It's really rare, really rare. I mean, there's sometimes you saw it in WWE, but it's really rare to see somebody be on a big roll and then they win a championship from a big roll for real, like without any losses and stuff. It's been really rare for WWE to ever do that for somebody. So really, seeing Bronson Reed like win North American Championship, I say, man, it's gonna be. I
wouldn't mind seeing him win it either, though.
I wouldn't mind seeing him win it, but like it'll be a good feel good moment. But I would just wait till like next year maybe. He seemed like a champion gonna be for next year. I wouldn't be surprised if it be Cameron Grimes and Bronson Reed for the title, or either Damian Priest versus Bronson Reed. But I feel like
I can see Cameron Grimes doing something sneaky. He look like a sneaky pole cat.
You know, even though like this is NXT and not WWE, I will hope it will not be a repeat of Money in the Bank. Just saying.
They're not NXT too serious. They're not gonna.
I know it's NXT, but I'm just saying.
I understand what you're saying, man. They wouldn't dare do anything ignorant like that.
However, we'll be talking about Mr. Money in the Bank later on, though. All right, so let's talk about the bad though. Let's get into the bad. That's a lot of goods for NXT though. That's
right.
Good. However, let's get to the bad though. So no offense to this person, but we gotta talk about Mia Yim and Indy Hartwell. Now I know that they're just trying to push Mia Yim and they're trying to push a little bit of Indy Hartwell, but
it's something about her that I kind of like too.
Like what you?
In the Indy Hartwell, it's something about her I kind of like too. But she has no ability. It seems like.
It's like she had no character a little bit.
Exactly. It's like something about her that doesn't have the it factor.
It's like this is how viewers see Indy Hartwell. Like, okay, she's from Australia and she's tall.
Right.
Like pretty much.
She looks like she can be something, but it's just something about her like get off my TV screen.
I mean, I'm still warming up to her, man. I just gotta see what she got. I just see what's more to her.
I
Though.
think she kind of clumsy a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta see more.
She's not bad, but it just seems like she kind of like got two left feet.
We gotta see for weeks to come, though.
Right.
So, and it's not on me,
But
it's just.
But I do like what NXT is doing with her. Keep up if you believe in her and you think, keep putting her out there. Keep putting her out there. She'll catch a hold of it.
All right. Let's talk about another bad thing. As we saw, Drake Maverick and Killer didn't have a match, or however it ended in no contest.
Wait, there was a match?
Yeah.
What?
You know that. Just stop.
They kept cutting away and going picture to picture, and
However, let's talk about the story.
and then something happened at the end.
Let's talk about the true story. The Undisputed Era came out and beat the crap out of them.
Oh yeah, and it's Undisputed Era.
And we're talking about how Adam Cole pulled a promo on your guy, Pat McAfee. And one thing I will say is one thing I don't like about what NXT doing instead of talking about how like they just repeating the same information about Pat McAfee, bro. Like Adam Cole, you got so many accolades for Adam Cole, North American champion. Look, you can say he's a triple crown, even though I just still disagree with that to this day.
Yeah.
Longest running North America, longest running NXT champion, say. But like Pat McAfee, all you gotta say is like he's just pretty much a punter that, like, that's all you gotta say.
And that was cool. And the thing I hate, you putting him on an equal level as a wrestler who has accolades.
I didn't like the fact last week they had him like not Adam Cole, and I get the fact that why they did that, but I just didn't like how the way they just ended like that. So.
But my thing was they could have done that differently, cause they're making the same mistake they making with Bobby Roode. When Bobby Roode got time for him, cause they plan on putting Adam Cole on the main roster. When Bobby Roode got to the main roster, they messed up when they made him a good guy. I knew it was gonna be messed up. So if you make Adam Cole a good guy on the main roster, they're gonna take away some of his heat. It's gonna take a lot of his heat
I'm
away.
assuming that no, I don't think they're gonna turn on good guy on the main. I'm thinking they just turn on good guy for just NXT.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be messed up, man. They're gonna have to do something really bad to make people look at him as a bad guy after this situation.
However, we do know that it will be Pat McAfee taking on Adam.
I got one quick question.
Take over.
If he was a good guy in this feud, who can he do something to on NXT that'll make the fans be like, man, forget Adam Cole, I hate him? Who could he mess with, or who can he jump?
Or wait, who are you talking about?
Adam Cole, to make the fans hate him again in this situation.
Like in that situation?
No, I'm talking about in a situation after this. Like, let's say after this over with, you know, people gonna still think he's a good guy. So who can he mess with to make people be like, okay, then I hate Adam Cole. He makes me sick. Who can he mess with?
So like as a good guy or like as a heel? Like
as a heel, to make sure that people know, hey, I'm still a heel.
Okay, well, for one thing, I would say, man, for one thing, I want to say Keith Lee. It's hard to live with Keith Lee. And it's too classic to use. And Undisputed Era can't be broken. They can't like get rid of Undisputed Era member. So, as far as that goes, I don't know.
What about Tommaso Ciampa?
It's too long for him like not being right. Plus, Tommaso Ciampa turned heel anyway. You can tell Tommaso Ciampa turned heel though.
You think so?
Yeah, if you just look at like the way he. What are we talking about? Man, let's just move on, man. Let's move on.
I'm just saying because it's a intellectual conversation. I like it, but okay, let's go.
Let's move on to the WTF as we would like to talk about the second part of that triple threat match between Cameron Grimes, Kushida, and the returning Velveteen Dream.
That's the bad and what the what? All mixed up in one.
Well, actually, it's mainly the WTF because honestly, WWE has, and even NXT too, WWE and NXT sometimes have their way of like making mystery opponents because like sometimes like they build up this intensity of who this mystery opponent could be, and also it could be a huge disappointment.
Hey, they kept that a real big secret.
But like, and so like last week when they announced like it was gonna be a mystery opponent, I nowhere near to even think about I never thought like so hard about who could it be. I never think about because like I thought it was gonna be some random like person I didn't really care about. And all of a sudden, when he Velveteen Dream, I was like, man, he was the last person on my mind that was gonna be
Right, because of his issues and stuff with underage young people. I feel like they're not gonna put him on TV for the rest of the year. So
Yeah,
that was like what? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, then WWE, if you put him back on TV, did y'all find any evidence that he didn't do anything, or should you put a press release out saying that okay, then we got evidence that he didn't do anything?
and because of that, that actually led to like fans having a lot of backlash with the Velveteen Dream situation, as they also had a little bit of comments about Matt Riddle and him together about the speaking out movement. At least one accuser believed that it should have been at least like a maybe a statement from WWE about Velveteen Dream, but with Dream with the speaking out, then not to mention a lot of people don't even think about this part, but his accident also.
Yeah, he had that car accident in June.
A lot of people never just think about that part either, but I'm kind of happy for Dream, but at the same time, I'm still kind of like figuring out like how should I feel about Dream right now with the situation, because like I said, we don't know the statements, and like all we just know is like the thing we see on he does on TV and like the car accident and the speaking out movie. So with that,
Well, one thing we can be sure of, we know Velveteen Dream ain't winning next week.
yeah,
He ain't, because if he wins next week and he's featured on Takeover, it's gonna be a whole lot of hell. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a whole lot of people, and that in them comments and inboxes and everything to WWE.
look, man, this is what I gotta say. That all right, fans, y'all need to chill the f out, man, and y'all just need to shut up, man. I'm just saying like that. Because man, look, if you was in the same position as like Matt Riddle and Velveteen Dream, no, I'm just saying, hold on,
Go
because you look,
ahead.
you got that face. If you was in the same position as Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle, you really wouldn't say nothing, no. You just like let keep things going, man. Now for Matt Riddle's situation, I don't know, but however, Velveteen Dream, look, I'm be honest, I got mixed feelings about Dreams right now. No homo, but still, like y'all keep on talking about Dream and stuff like that, man. And look, we don't know everything about Dream, okay? Look, but man, if you was in that same position, you would just like not you wouldn't have back like if you. It just frustrates me that like people like you guys
Like some people.
well like some people not all but like some you know get over all these people with the speaking out movement. I get how you guys feel, but you just let it happen, man. You just see how let the life roll the way it does.
Right, let the process
Like yeah,
take its place. Now you got an old dirty scoundrel that did it, got dagger get him. But some people, you never can tell. It's a lot of folks in the neighborhoods that had people lie on them or been told a certain thing and it's not true and they got in trouble because it wasn't true.
yeah.
So you never can tell.
So just let it roll out. I mean, obviously, either way, my pick for next week, either way, is gonna be the Velveteen Dream taking on Finn Balor. So I'm going for Finn Balor either way.
I'm going with Finn Balor because I know they ain't finna let the Velveteen Dream win that
I
thing.
just want I just want Finn Balor to get over. I thought he was gonna get over in the triple threat match, but he didn't. So
But really, um, just like you said, if you had the opportunity to make that money like they're making, some of those guys are making, and somebody accuse you of something, you're gonna go on TV and make that money. You're gonna get your money.
yeah,
So it's not like I'm saying you just say somebody said something about me. I ain't coming back if you allow. Oh, you can come back, Mike. No, that's all right. I ain't gonna come back, man. Folks talking about me. Shoot, you finna go on TV and make that change.
look, it's a process, man. Just let the process roll. However,
And then how do we know? They might have found him not guilty of it. They just didn't put out no press release, which was dumb.
yeah, we don't know. You guys don't know. We don't know. So how about this? We're gonna end it right there. We'll end it right there with the good, the bad, the WTF of NXT. However, I know my co-hosts want to talk about a certain SmackDown superstar who's been holding on to something very, very long. And this hasn't been, and actually, the pay per view wasn't even that long ago. Actually, when you think about it,
Man, Otis, how can we come up with a storyline scenario how we can get that money in the bank off of Otis? Notice he's the least mentioned Money in the Bank winner of all of them. They don't hardly mention him as Money in the Bank
Let
winner.
alone the least feature. Well, actually, that
Least featured on TV.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, least feature.
Yeah.
Man, but I mean, yeah, cause it's one of the things where like at the moment you're like, man, like okay, we're gonna go for this guy, and then like we're gonna do this and stuff like that. But then like I think about this, like plans get scrapped all the time. Like you have
Right.
you have
They
this,
should have scrapped that.
like you have this big build up storyline for like weeks, and all of a sudden like Vince like okay it, and all of a sudden like the moment comes, oh yeah, scrapping and stuff like that. So I mean, with Otis, like at the moment they're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna go with this, and all of a sudden like after you won, you be like, oh well, then never mind, then like hey,
Right. You can't give a comedy wrestler something like that. I'm gonna tell you what old school person said years ago. It's good to be funny, but funny don't put butts in the seat. Funny don't sell tickets.
you looking at me like I wasn't even gonna argue against that.
Funny don't sell tickets.
I mean,
man.
you looked at me like I was gonna say something. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was just thinking.
I was
Like,
waiting on you to say something so I can hit you upside your head.
I always say that, don't I? But still just never does it. However, though, I mean, hey, it's not my fault that Otis won it for him and the greatest, God's greatest soccer mom. Mandy Rose and stuff like that.
Talking about, oh, I thought you were talking about his new girlfriend Bailey.
No, we're never gonna get to that. However, with me by Otis, honestly, man, I think the idea of him holding the briefcase, it was good for one thing. The ending of that briefcase, honestly, man,
I can see that happening one day, but not with him. They shouldn't have.
I just thought, man, King Corbin was gonna win it. The two picks I had,
Really?
like I had AJ Styles and I had King Corbin.
Those my two picks, and actually those are the two on the ladder battling though.
Exactly, and then also Elias screwed King Corbin. Then AJ Styles fumbled the dang briefcase. Like, how you got gloves on?
But you know something? King Corbin wasn't ready for the briefcase when he got it the first time, but I believe he's ready for it now. I think they should have let him get it. Yeah. Now actually, if they had a storyline where somebody took the briefcase also off of Otis, he would be one of my top 5 to take it off of. It'll be him. It'll be King Corbin, Big E. If it's somebody off Raw or they did like a trade or a draft, I would say Bobby Lashley. Adam Cole would be somebody, a surprise person if they move him to SmackDown, something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, Otis. To be honest, man, I thought they were gonna go with the rumor storyline by having Bray Wyatt take over.
Oh, and excuse me, one other person that's on the other channel too. They did a trade thing. I wouldn't mind seeing Black.
Being on SmackDown?
Yeah, Black getting it.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah,
I'm not a big fan of Black, but I can see Black.
I'm a huge fan of Aleister Black, though. However, well, this situation, we're gonna see how this situation. But like we said about the Velveteen Dream situation, it's gonna be it's a process.
Man, I just thought about Black with that black suitcase with spider webs and blood and stuff on it.
It's a process. We gotta see. We'll see about how Otis holding the briefcase work out. However, speaking of Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, we gotta talk about Rowan. Now,
what happened with Rowan?
What? Rowan was talking to Sportskeeda.
Okay.
About a bunch of Are you okay?
Hey, I'm listening, man. I'm excited about
so
this.
Rowan was talking about to Sportskeeda about a couple of things about his run with WWE, his denial of the Wyatt Swamp fight, his match against The Rock at WrestleMania 32, the person who was supposed to attack Roman Reigns, and then the original plan of the cage situation. So of course I didn't get too deep into like he was cool with like the Rock thing and stuff like that. He denied it because like maybe he said he felt like he was pretty busy with the Wyatt Swamp fight doing some things of his own, his own projects like that. Hey, no harm, no foul. So I mean, hey. However, definitely the part that interested me the most was, and like I said, it was like Rowan's best moments, like when he started teaming up with Daniel Bryan. After that, like the part about who attacked Roman Reigns. Now, obviously, he never gave a name who was supposed to be initially the person, but they say he was definitely not the first person on their mind to attack Roman Reigns. However, the biggest issue that definitely interests me was the cage idea. Now, for those who don't remember, uh, Rowan on the start of Raw, he carried the cage around
Mm-hmm.
with something mysterious in it. Every single time his opponents try to look inside, they get pummeled and dismembered. And one, it was told that one idea was a whatever was in the cage was supposed to strike fear, was supposed to strike fear in the victim who looks at it. Which they actually tried the idea out with Mojo Riley when he like made that crazy reaction when he saw look inside. And then it was revealed to Noe Jose and whatever he called his crew at the time. It was revealed to be a mechanical spider.
But actually, to tell you the truth, I thought they were gonna go old school TNA, like Victoria had that big tarantula in the cage. I thought he was gonna have like a tarantula or something.
Like you need one of the Australian spiders in. But either way, on the next week episode, Drew McIntyre ended up crushed it. So, however, Rowan actually told his the plans they were gonna have with the cage, and he did say there was one idea from the crew, the writers, that the idea was to have as he said, was a babyface champion. A babyface champion was supposed to destroy it because that's what so much what he loved, and then the babyface was supposed to turn heel from it, which is kind of interesting me because there really that many babyface champions at the time for one thing. So that kind of interests me about the that really interests me a lot. And then uh his idea, he had an idea also of his own. And so he said this idea came from a show called American Horror Story, which I've watched before. And he said there was a tiny woman, a small woman on the show. And so what was supposed to happen was that he was supposed to have they were supposed to make a bigger cage from it and pretty much fit in a smaller woman. I don't know how that would be possible. A smaller woman in the cage.
They can use like lights in a certain way to show a hologram.
Yeah. And so it was pretty much supposed to like protecting the smaller woman from, the outside world. And I'm assuming that the woman was supposed to like strike fear into like people try to stare into her maybe. And
Right.
so but like it just never worked out though. The plans never worked out. Instead they went with the mechanical spider. I think
Hey, have you seen that before?
what?
Like one of those concerts and they had a hologram person, like
Yeah.
they had a Snoop Dogg they had a hologram Tupac.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. That would have been nice, man, but I don't know they had the technology to do one that small.
Yeah. To be honest with the Rowan ideas, I actually like both of them besides the mechanical. I think both of them would have worked more than the mechanical spider one.
I'm gonna tell you what would have worked. If they had a defanged Wolverine or a defanged Badger in that thing.
But really,
And
man,
you know, somebody that Badger, Wolverine will tear your butt up.
see, that's why WWE is not that stupid to do that. For one thing,
That's why
like
you defang them.
it was kind of dumb for WWE to ever like have the storyline anyway if you didn't know what was gonna be in the cage anyway. So it was just stupid. So, however, that concludes our podcast or our podcast for the day. However, there are more to talk about though. As we also want to shout out to wish happy birthday to Kofi Kingston,
Kofi Kingston.
first
Kofi
ever
Kingston man.
first ever African born WWE champion, surprisingly. But I do want to ask my co-host. I want to ask
All right, it's time to go.
I want to ask my co-host a couple of questions. See, I just want to ask my co-host one question.
Okay, it can be a couple. I'm straight.
No, I'm
Come
gonna ask you one question.
All right, cool.
How many tag team champions have Kofi Kingston won?
How many championships he won?
How many tag team champions has he won? How many times he won them? And can you name all his partners he won tag team titles with?
Lord. All right. CM Punk.
All right, okay,
Matt Sydal, Airborne.
okay.
You know, Evan Bourne, they used to call him.
Yeah.
I want to say R-Truth.
I mean, do you?
R-Truth.
Okay. How many times did he win it with R-Truth?
He won twice.
No, he did not.
What?
He did not win the title R-Truth.
He won with somebody twice.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you like finish your answer. So I mean,
Yeah,
wait. How many times did he win it? You never said how many times he won it.
Hold up, I'm gonna go through it.
Okay. Hey.
All right, then you got him and Biggie with New Day.
I mean, you might well count all of them together, really, because they all want to. I mean.
All right, so that's with New Day. That's 8 times tag team champion. I think he's 14 times tag team champ.
That is incorrect. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was more than that. I thought it was more than what I thought, but that's not correct. It's not 14.
It's 13. Is it less or more?
It's less.
It can't be. 11 times?
Yep. He's won the tag team titles 11 times.
I thought he had multiple wins with one of those guys.
Kofi Kingston has won almost. For one thing, Kofi Kingston almost won every tag team champion except for the Ruthless Aggression SmackDown tag team title. But he's won the tag team titles one time, the World Tag Team title with CM Punk.
Okay.
He's won now the bronze, the one you didn't like. The bronze tag team titles, he's won them 4 times. One time with Evan Bourne, one time with R-Truth, and then 2 times with the New Day.
Okay.
Was actually though the bronze tag team title became the Raw tag team title, so yeah. And he's won the SmackDown Tag Team Championship 6 times.
Right.
With the New Day. So
okay.
So when you add it all up, he's an 11-time tag team champion.
Okay, I thought it was 14, man, because he's been tag team champion so many times.
Exactly. However, man, Big E, we're wishing you good luck too tonight against Johnny Drip Drip. Johnny Drip Drip MCIZ.
Sound like somebody got STD.
Okay. But also, we also want to wish out happy birthday to Kofi Kingston. Good luck to Big E. Also, as we conclude the CWR podcast, as my co-host will end it for you.
Hey, from me and the host, the JKD, we bid you a farewell. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell for alerts. Hit those likes. Watch out for us on Bantu FM radio. Hey, and keep doing your thing out there, world. Keep loving yourself. And goodbye.